We're going to really work on our hip mobility with this, just helping them feel nice and loose and supple in the saddle. Remember, it's only 5 minutes, so let's go. Hey, we're going to come on down into a 90-90 stretch. So placing both legs down 90 degrees on your mat, and then turn yourself around and just lower yourself over your front shin. So we wanted to get right into our glutes and our piriformis. These can get really tight, particularly if you ride a wider horse. They can get quite compressed and stuck. And if you've ever had any sort of sciatica issues, this is where we're targeting to help loosen up that area. So let yourself come forward and drop down if you want. Hands can come down onto the floor and letting yourself get nice and deep. We're holding these poses for a good length of time within our 5 minutes, just to create that space. Softening the head. And with any of these poses, all of these stretches are so powerful that I've introduced you to. So if you can, just keep doing them and hold the poses for longer. Great to be able to do at the end of your day, just getting into a nice routine of looking after your body and doing that work on the mat. Then going to bring ourselves around, draw your body over top of your front foot, letting it sink down forward over that leg. If it's too much with that leg at 90 degrees, you can tuck it in. We're going to go there in a minute though. So just let yourself drop forward, sink and breathe. Letting your breath be soft and feel that stretch into your hips, into your glutes, piriformis. And from there, tuck that heel right in towards your side, and you can come around into pigeon pose. You can either straighten that leg all the way back or keep it bent. And just let yourself drop forward, soften down and breathe. Nice big deep breaths. You want really lengthen your body out onto the ground here and open up. Take one more breath. We've got to make sure we get the other side into our 5 minutes. Bring yourself around. Let's go 90-90 onto the other side. So set yourself up and then come straight down over that front shin. So our hips are a ball and socket joint, meaning they move in lots of different directions, and we want to be able to make sure that we don't have weak links or a direction that is limited in some way. We want to always make sure we're working our hips mobility in all directions, both sides, and making sure that they're working functionally. It's not about you doing the splits, and it's not about having to be super flexible. What I believe is the most important thing is that symmetry through both sides and enough space for you and your horse, because every one of us is built slightly different and our horses are built different. So you want to make sure that you have enough space for you and your horse's relationship so that when you're moving, you are able to move easily with your horse. Let's bring our weight over the front shin, over the foot. So for some people, they might be riding a narrower horse and they can probably get away with less flexibility because they don't have to have their legs wider and the hips don't have to move as much. But for those that are riding a really wide horse, in a wide horse and a horse that moves a lot through its back, you're going to need to have a lot more movement. Otherwise, you're going to get lifted up out of the saddle and bounce because your body's not going to be able to move freely with that horse. Because we want to sit deep into the saddle, we want to have that softness through our muscles so that we can let ourselves move freely. Let's slide that foot in, come around, even ourselves out, and come all the way down into your pigeon pose. Really lengthen out through the spine and feel that awesome stretch through the side. I'm going to lift up. I just want us to do one more stretch to finish off. I'm going to take our feet nice and wide. Draw your toes up and then just let yourself come forward over those legs. Try and squeeze your thigh muscles, draw the toes back and let yourself drop down. A really powerful stretch for allowing you to sit deep onto those seat bones, but teaching these muscles to feel safe and long around the horse, because we want our muscles to drape down off the horse. When they're tight and stuck, that's when we tend to grip with our knees and we tend to get lifted up out of the saddle. But when they are long and supple and elastic, we can let them drape down and we can let our seat get deep into the saddle, and then we can use our core to move with the horse. And so that's why we need the work here on the mat. And just starting with these 5 minutes can make a huge difference. So if you want, hang out here for longer and just really let yourself settle on down into this pose. Big deep breaths. Otherwise, that is our 5 minutes all on up. Again, go through all of those. If those stretches just felt really yummy and you know that you want to do more, do them again, hang out in each of them for a good 5 minutes each, and just notice how much more space you're getting through those hips. They're a great thing to do right before you do hop in the saddle, but if you are riding a horse that's causing you to get tight and causing you to get stuck, and when you hop out of the saddle you feel you need to even yourself up again, please do just that. Get your body even, feeling even and strong as much as you can, so that when you're hopping into the saddle you are always feeling symmetrical and balanced with that suppleness. That way you can turn up and be your very best version for your horse. Keep up the good work. Well done if you've joined me for all of these 5 minute routines. We've got a few more to go, and I'll see you soon.